Thank you for watching Taxpayer Alert. I'm Al Segala. I'll be your moderator. I'm also president of the Calaveras County Taxpayer Association. These interviews that we do are intended to help the public understand how our county works better. Not only do we interview public officials, we also interview leaders that know things about the major industries. In this case, we're featuring the real estate industry, and our guest is Crystal Castle, who's the executive director of the Calaveras Association of Realtors. Crystal, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Okay, how did you get involved with this thing?
So about 7 years ago, I took a job while going to college as an administrative assistant for a realtor association that was up in Yakima, Washington. I was going to school for project management, and I saw what the association executive did, and I had a lot of respect for the realtors and for the association and everything that they do, which we'll get into later. But I saw that, and I knew that that was what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an executive for a realtor association.
Well, you've been an executive for how long in Washington?
In Washington, I was the executive for 3 years, and then I just moved here to Calaveras to work for the Calaveras County Association of Realtors about 8 months ago. It was the end of July.
All right. I have to disclose that I'm also a realtor, so I'm promoting my own outfit.
Respect.
And so, what is the Association of Realtors, and why does it exist?
So the Association of Realtors is a volunteer-driven, not-for-profit trade association. Many people don't realize the difference between a real estate agent and a realtor. There is a big difference, and that's being a member of our association. We, as an association, provide to our members tools like education, information, everything that they can use to help serve their clients. And then on top of that, they also, in order to be a member, have to subscribe to our code of ethics, which keeps them professional. Another way of serving their clients. We like professional realtors.
Basically, I think the code of ethics follows a little bit of the golden rule, or the Constitution, which protects the rights to life, liberty, and property. And so the real estate profession is indirectly supporting our Constitution. What's the importance of using a realtor?
I would say that the importance of using a realtor is, again, they have the tools from our association to better assist their clients. Many people, the biggest transaction that they'll have is buying or selling a home. And many think, especially with a lot of the tools that are on the internet these days and websites, that they can go about doing that on their own. And some can, and some do a great job at it. But having a realtor to represent you really is a huge benefit. And you don't realize how many contracts there are, how many forms there are, how many of everything there are, and you need somebody to help walk you through those steps. We also provide networking, so the realtors can network together, and we have an MLS, which is very beneficial, and especially with listing and buying a home, to have access to that MLS, which we can provide.
What does MLS stand for?
Multiple Listing Service.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Now, does I understand there's a website called Realtor.com. How does that work?
Realtor.com is a website that they actually have an IDX feed from our. It's a data feed from our MLS, and a lot of MLSs around the country, and they take that feed and then they put listings onto their website.
I see. So if a person there's so many places where you can search for property. You can just Google home, and you'll get lots of them. But if they go to Realtor.com, they can break it down by categories and.
Well, I don't work for Realtor.com, and actually, even though it's called Realtor.com, it's not associated with Realtors. So we don't provide Realtor.com. And so I can't really go through like what categories they have and that type of thing. But it's definitely, I would say that our MLS is very, very accurate. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. And Realtor.com is more accurate than some of the other sites that also get a feed from the MLS.
I can't comment on that.
One of the things that you're involved in, well, the realtors are involved in, is legislative advocacy.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, that means that you're going to talk to politicians.
Yes, we do, and it's not only for realtors, whether it's taxes or realtors' rights. It's also for the rights of their clients. I mean, some big issues these days are fair housing and affordable housing. And every year we go, myself and all the realtors in the area go to the Capitol, and we talk to our legislators. Granted, this year it will be virtual because of COVID. But we do every year. We go and we talk to our legislators about hot issues that involve realtors and their clients.
I see. Do you have some examples of some of the things that the realtors have been promoting?
Well, like I said, the hot issues right now. I mean, a big one is affordable housing. That is really a big one. Making sure that people have homes to get into that they can afford. Outside of that, and another thing, we also, on a local level, we have a local government committee that is volunteer realtors who pay attention to what's happening locally. And we go back, we take everything back to the committee, discuss it, and decide whether or not it's something that we need to stand up for and talk about, or if it's nothing.
So that would involve like zoning and maybe general plan, that sort of thing.
Zoning is something that we're watching right now. Yes.
Yeah, I think we got some comments recently on the Board of Supervisors activities, and which is good to have some people that are pro property rights at the Board of Supervisors meetings, and that's where I think
absolutely I watch all of those.
Yeah. What do realtors do for the community?
They do a lot more than many think. I work with realtors because outside of them being probably some of the busiest people that I know, so many of them will answer that call and volunteer for whether it's a fundraiser or you need them on a committee. They are very quick to respond. I just recently sent out a membership survey to our members, and one of the questions on that survey was, what kind of community activities are you involved in, like Rotary? Do you sit on any boards? That type of question. And I was blown away by how many realtors are integral parts of this community. And it makes sense. I mean, they want their community to be good. It's their sales floor. They want it to look nice.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that realtors also donate for scholarships for kids. Is that true?
Yes. We have a scholarship fund that we give money to children every year. Yeah.
What's involved with that?
We have a committee, and we get applications from the schools in the area, And then we go through the applications and find, I think it's 3 scholarships a year that we give out.
I see. Now, are these for college or for
college? Yeah.
For college?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Are you thinking about joining that committee? Can I get you on another committee there?
well, I was wondering maybe I can apply.
Oh yeah.
I gotta learn. I'm only 80 years old. But I gotta.
You still got time for me to put you on many more committees.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, the benefits in using a realtor is to have a better chance of not having problems with your transaction because they're looking out for you. Is that true?
I would say so. I mean, they definitely, they're highly knowledgeable in the transaction process and in those forms. And they have backings of not only the local association, but also the state and national association. So if they don't have an answer for you right away, they have a lot of different avenues that they can go to get that information. And I mean, that's a benefit all in itself.
One of the things that I enjoy about real estate is aside from helping people is it's almost like being a midwife and helping bring a life to this world. You don't have any of the pain, but you share in the joy.
That's a beautiful way of putting it.
So I'm so happy when I have happy buyers and sellers, mm-hmm. and other people I've talked to, other agents I've talked to, I feel pretty much the same way. It gives you a purpose for life, and if you're successful, you can be financially wealthy. Of course, then again, there's no guarantee of that.
There certainly isn't. Not in the real estate world.
No. So I understand that you're going to bring on board an assistant to help you. You've got a lot of paperwork in your office.
Yes. I've been doing it on my own for almost 2 months now, running the association. So I'll be very happy to bring on a new person. It's been a little bit of a road, a little bumpy road, but yeah, I'm very excited.
Let's talk a little bit about the market, because I'm pretty sure that our people that are watching this program want to know what's happening to the real estate market.
You mean they don't just want to know about realtors and what realtors do?
They may not want all the details on realtors, but they definitely want to know what's happening in the marketplace. Mm-hmm. And so I understand that we have several things involved with the market. One of them is inventory.
Yes.
What's happening with inventory?
Inventory has been a hot topic. Not only locally, state, national, on a national level, we are seeing low inventory. In Calaveras, it's been a steady decrease of our inventory back from, started noticing it in 2015. And I mean, like me personally working for associations, started to hear mumblings of low inventory back in 2015. And it's grown to...
That's nationwide?
Well, no, that was just on a local level, but I'm sure it was nationwide. Because if it's mumblings on a local level, a lot of times it can't be nationwide too. But yeah, then I go to these national conferences that I start hearing low inventory. And yeah, it's pretty crazy. It is. But yes, in Calaveras, we are experiencing that as well. I think from 2015, it's about an 8% decrease on average days on market. Okay, so
the days on the market have to do with the marketing time.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah,
how long it takes to sell a property.
Mm-hmm.
And the less time you're on the market, the better it is. Though I heard that it didn't happen to me, but I heard that in some cases people are receiving offers that are above the listed price.
yeah, that's what happens. That is what happens. Or, like you said with the days on market, it goes fast. It goes very fast.
Why do you think people come up here to buy real estate?
I've been noticing a trend of people coming from the busier cities over here. And I see it a lot because they'll still want to be represented by a realtor in their area. And so then that realtor will have to subscribe to our MLS here in Calaveras.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of those applications that I've been telling you.
Oh, okay. So these are
I've been doing a lot of applications lately. But yeah, I personally moved here. I don't live in Calaveras. I actually live in Stockton. And I come over to Calaveras every day. And, I see the benefit of Calaveras. It's beautiful. Everybody's super nice. It's a great place to live. And the land is gorgeous. I mean, the drive from Stockton to Calaveras and back is probably my favorite part of the day. I mean, of course, working's my favorite part of the day, right? But no, it is. It's just a beautiful area, beautiful weather, beautiful drive. I get it. I get why they want to move here.
Would you like to buy some real estate?
Yeah, you might know. You know a realtor? I might know a couple.
I can help you.
I love it.
So, now what about prices of real estate?
Prices have been steadily increasing. Again, I've been looking from 2015 to now, and yeah, it's a steady increase, and yeah, so. Good for me who wants to move to Calaveras, right? I better hurry up.
Yeah, that's true. You have to make a decision.
Yeah. I will tell you, so my mom is actually looking to purchase a place. Maybe not here. I mean, she wants to be close to me, but she's looking to purchase a home, and she's been doing a lot of research through websites on her own. And of course, she calls me asking me for advice. And the first thing I ask her is, "Have you hired a realtor yet? Have you talked to a realtor?" And even it doesn't matter if it's friends, family, my mom. I always ask them, "Have you hired a realtor?" Because you need a realtor to really walk you through and make that transaction smooth. And to get you, like I said, we do a lot of networking events. And I believe that there's a lot of talking that happens at those realtor events. And I think it's really beneficial to the client to have two realtors who know each other, working on a transaction together. It's important.
And usually it works pretty smooth.
It does. It usually does, for sure.
We're getting more realtors joining the association. Is that true?
Yes.
Now, are these realtors really out of the area, and because they have a client buying here, they join the association, or do they move here?
That's a really good question, and so there's kind of a difference between someone or a realtor who's joining the association, and then a realtor who is subscribing to the MLS. So we have a lot of realtors coming in and subscribing to the MLS, and those are a lot of times the ones, because they don't live in the area.
Right.
So they have their own local association that they're a part of and belong to. Whereas if they have a client in, say, Sacramento who wants to move to Calaveras, then they'll subscribe to our MLS in order to see all the listed properties and make it easy to give those properties to their client.
I see.
Yeah, but we're seeing a rise in both association membership and MLS subscription. MLS is a much faster rise, but definitely, I mean, especially from 2015, I saw it with both associations I was at. It's been increasing. Lots of realtors around.
What is the effect of COVID on our real estate profession and market?
It's a really good question, and I mean, I would have thought that the effect would be a lot bigger, but homes are still selling, buyers are still buying, and it's pretty much remaining steady. And we've seen it month to month. You look at that and you're like, all right, is it going to dive now? Is it going to dive? No, it's not. It's going fast. And honestly, there's probably a lot of people at home bored who aren't working, just sitting around looking at listings, going, oh, maybe now's the time to purchase. I have some time on my hands, so.
Maybe some of the people come from the cities up here to get away from an environment where they would be more healthy up here. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, sir.
What sort of work does your mother do?
Right now, she's retired. So she's looking for a retirement home.
Okay.
She lives down in Torrance, so Southern California.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's another. She lives like in the middle of a city. She wants to get out of that. She wants to be in an area where it's open. Where she can be one with nature. My mom's going to watch this, and I wonder if she's why are you talking about me?
Does she like chickens?
Yes, she used to have chickens in her backyard.
I have 2 chickens.
Yeah, I bet. I'm jealous. Next time I see you, I'm going to be wanting eggs. You realize that. There's nothing like a fresh egg.
I get two eggs a day, and every morning we have an omelet, my wife and I.
Yeah.
We don't have any kids. And we do have a cat, but the cat doesn't get involved with the chickens.
Yeah.
And that's really enjoyable.
Oh, I'm jealous. I really am. That sounds amazing. I'll just, on my little patio in Stockton, I'm going to have a chicken coop now because you said that you get 2 eggs a day. And I'll have my little chicken coop and 2 eggs a day for breakfast.
Actually, they don't take up much space.
Perfect.
They're like 2 feet by 6 feet. That includes the roost and a little runway.
I can make that happen. And if not, there's the bedroom, right?
And when you move up here, you can bring your chicken coop with you.
Oh, I will. I can guarantee that when I live here, I will have chickens. There will be chickens. The hard part is saying no to the cow, the goat, the sheep, the pig, and having a full-on farm. That's going to be the hard part.
Well, it depends on how big a piece of land you buy.
Oh, I feel like around here you got to have a good piece of land.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have a greenhouse too, and that's amazing. A little bit more work.
Yeah. Yep.
Now, when you put your chicken coop together, you want to use screws. Don't use nails.
Okay.
Because you want to take it apart when you move up here.
Very wise. Yes, I will remember that. Screws, not nails.
So looking back over when we talked about, we found that we found out why realtors exist. They exist to help buyers and sellers.
Mm-hmm. And the difference between a realtor and a real estate agent.
Yeah, and real estate agent. That's a good point. What is the difference between a realtor and a real estate agent?
Our association, being a member of our association, is the only way that a realtor can call themselves a realtor. Otherwise, they're just a real estate agent.
Okay. Also, I think there's some standards and guidelines and rules of ethics that the realtor
absolutely
is.
Yeah. If they break that code of ethics, then they could have a professional standards or an ethics complaint filed against them, and that could either be from another realtor or from a member of the public.
Right.
So we hold them to those standards.
Yeah, and basically, what happens sometimes is people will not disclose things that are a problem with the property, thinking that it won't matter. But what happens is when it's discovered later, and if it's determined that the seller knew about it, or worse yet, the realtor knew about it, then there could be a complaint, or there could actually be a lawsuit where you're not in California. You don't have buyer beware. You selling property as is, but you have a responsibility to disclose anything you know about it affects the value of the property. Mm-hmm. And And this, by using a real estate professional and a realtor, you have a better chance of not having problems after escrow closes, regardless of whether you're a buyer or a seller.
Absolutely.
Sometimes sellers are reluctant to go to the expense of having inspections done, and because they're selling the property because they want money, not to spend money. Mm-hmm. And so it's a struggle sometimes to do these things, and so sometimes these things are done in escrow, and the buyer has the ability to approve these reports or not. And sometimes there's a form that buyers can use called a request for repairs. So rather than say, we disapprove of the contract, give me your deposit back, they say, we request that you pay for these following repairs or reduce the price accordingly.
Yeah.
And this happens quite often. And however, the buyer does have the right during a certain period of time to disapprove of those reports and get his deposit back. However, if
you're very knowledgeable as a realtor.
Yeah. Well, some of the things are pretty common, like pest control or leaks or foundation problems. Actually, there could be something that people don't think of very much, and that's a death in the home. You're supposed to disclose if there's been a death in the home nowadays.
Yep.
So we try to be careful that our clients don't die before the home is sold.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Some of the other things that is important that realtors do is monitor escrow and to make sure that the different things that are supposed to be done during the escrow are followed up with, which quite often means calling septic people, calling maybe pest control people, and some other services that are involved with making sure the home is proper. So we're getting close to the end of our program.
Already?
Yeah, already, and you just got started. So what do you think you would want to leave the public about from your experience in real estate? What would you tell them?
I would tell them absolutely utilize a realtor. It's worth it. It's worth not having a headache from something that could go wrong. In my experience of working with realtor, I have so much respect for realtors, and in my experience of working with them, they're fantastic. And if you have one that isn't fantastic and they're a realtor, there's professional standards, code of ethics complaints that can help you out with that. So.
And you're not forced to hire them.
You're not forced to hire them. But yes, utilize a realtor if you can.
Well, Crystal Castle, it's been a pleasure having you on our program.
Fantastic.
Thank you for watching Taxpayer Alert. See you next time.